Hello, Ghost Hunters. Our favorite game, Phasmophobia, has been fully updated, fully upgraded, and I'm super excited to come to you today and talk to you about the new equipment. This is the new equipment up to the point that I had filmed it and experienced it, so keep that in mind as we move into this. As we get started, make sure to do all the things that I'm supposed to tell you to do. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, do it. It's completely free. Leave a comment, like, dislike, whichever you feel like doing. Make sure to turn the bell on. Check out my other socials. Follow me on Twitch, all that jazz. And without too much rambling, let's go ahead and get into some Phasmophobia education.
Where are you? Are you near? Are you far? Can you give us a sign?
Hannah wants a quick rundown of the equipment though, so let me look through the equipment so I can show her. So this is the tier 1 dots. As you can see, I don't have tier 2 or 3 yet, but the tier 1 dots, it's a handheld one. My recommendation when using this is to hold still and try to move slowly, like move the dots slowly. Don't run around willy-nilly. And if you're with other people, try and get them to try and be more still as well, because it makes it easier to see if you're going to see the dots. Tier 1 EMF is this bad boy here. Tier 1 EMF, be very careful, because if it bounces up to EMF 5, but it doesn't give you like a steady, solid EMF 5, it might not be EMF 5. You want to make sure that you see like a steady, solid EMF 5 on it. Thank you for the follow, Anne. Welcome on in. We're happy to have you here. So just make sure that you really see that EMF 5. Otherwise, I wouldn't count on it. They changed the sound for the tier 2, and I hate it. It sounds like a child's toy, but it is what it is. So we just got to get used to it, you know. Unfortunately, we're not gonna like everything.
EMF 5 sound like I'm logging onto my leapfrog. I'm quitting.
Joe. This is obviously your writing book. There's nothing major to know about it, but the cool thing that they changed about the writing book is when you go to place it down, you can actually see what the radius is for it, or circumference, I guess, would be more accurate, because you get to see the entire circle. So it's the AoE, yeah. It's actually really cool. So you can see how far away the ghost can interact with the book now, which is really exciting. I think that's really fun. It's a really fun thing that they did with it.
Sorry.
This is your spirit box. The spirit box change is top tier. If anybody has ever watched a ghost hunting show, been ghost hunting, used a real spirit box, this is what a real spirit box sounds like. This is what it sounds like. They did such a good job with the audio on this spirit box. I'm so impressed, which is why I'm so disappointed with the EMF. I will say this is why I'm so disappointed with the EMF, because they did such a good job with the spirit box. Why would they the EMF so hard? I don't know, but they did such a good job with it. The thing to note about the tier 1 spirit box is that you will literally hear people talking and it'll sound like the radio if you have audio. If the light changes to white, I believe, yeah, if it flashes white, then you've got a response. If it's red, then it's hearing you. Otherwise, it's not picking up your voice. You need to check your audio settings. Maybe hit the window key twice. All the things that we used to do. But yeah, it works just like the other spirit boxes used to. They go up in range, the display screen gets better, all of that. But I love the new spirit box. I think they did such a good job, and you get to hear some of the official content creators on there. So if you watch any of like Sailor Sugarplum, Ensim, Psychohypnotic, Beppis, any of them, they're all on there. They're all on there. So listen for them. It's really cool. Really cool getting to hear all their voices and be like, oh, I recognize who that is. This is another one that I'm super excited to be able to upgrade. We gotta get to 36 for this one. This is your thermo. The thermo sucks balls at level 1. It sucks balls at level 1.
Do not diss the mercury stick.
Oh, so it's not super accurate because they've changed the temperature. So if you are below 5 degrees Celsius now, you're gonna see freezing breath, but that doesn't mean the ghost has freezing evidence. Freezing evidence is now anything below 1 degree Celsius. on the tier 1 thermo, 1 degree Celsius is not reliable. You want to see a solid below 0 to know that it is freezing. I'm hoping tier 2, tier 3, if it's below 1, that it's going to be a little more reliable for that freezing evidence. Haven't tested it, haven't gotten there, but just make sure you get a solid below 0 with the tier 1. And if you're playing with friends, have your friends check and you check, because there's some desync there where, like, last night when we were playing, I didn't have freezing on it, but Dave and Ashley and Cooper all did. So I thought it wasn't freezing, but it was. So just make sure to check that if you're playing with multiple people. You like the tier 1 more than the tier 2? Really? I look forward to having tier 2. I look forward to it. I love the breath doesn't mean freeze, more realistic. I agree. I absolutely agree. Glow stick is glow stick. Glow stick's the same as it was, but you can shake it now and make it brighter. To shake it, you don't shake your screen, which is what I was originally doing. You just right click. And you have to charge the fingerprints in order to take a picture of them. So make sure you charge the fingerprints so that way you get your photo. Otherwise, you're just going to get an interaction photo. So be aware of that. This is your video camera. Tier 1 is blurry. It's hard to see, but it works the same way as your video camera. You're just going to look for orbs. Nothing wild, nothing crazy. This is your crucifix. Range is not great. It has 1 charge. It's a consumable, but good thing is if you leave it in the house, it doesn't consume it as long as the ghost doesn't actually eat it. So candles are also consumable, and they consume very quickly. So that's something to be aware of. I wouldn't use your candle to help prevent sanity drain. It only prevents it a little bit anymore. But it also would drain so quickly that you're just wasting the consumable. I would use it only when you know exactly where the ghost is and you're trying to get the ghost to blow the candle out for the objective, or maybe you're doing 0 evidence or you're doing limited evidence and you have to do an onryo test. But even then, I would try to be conservative. Is that the right word? Yeah. With how you're using them. Your flashlights are the same. Same 2 flashlights we knew from before. Tier 3, I saw, was it Psycho using it earlier? No, I think the tier 3 UV is the one that you can change back and forth between a flashlight and a UV. I think this one's just a really big flashlight. So, it's just a flashlight. It's just really big. Just really big. Head-mounted cameras don't work properly right now. Don't bother using them. However, when you get to the tier 3 one, it's military goggles that allow you to see things the naked eye can't. So we'll be able to use tier 3 ourselves and have night vision goggles, which will be really cool. We have matches that are consumables right now instead of a lighter, but it works the same way as a lighter, essentially. Smudge sticks are now incense. The duration for it is no longer 6 seconds. It is now 5 seconds. Tier 2 is going to be 6, and then tier 3 is 7. So something to note. We're going to have to adjust our Moroi timers based on that too. So I'm going to need to math that later.
Do Moroi stay blind for double the time or plus X amount of time?
Wow, I love you.
I love you, Ghost Vex. Hello. So it's a multiplier. It was in the patch notes what the blindness on the Moroi was. I'll have to double check. I don't want to tell you the wrong number. But it was like plus 50%. I want to say it was 50% for each tier. Incense will now have an extra 50% duration per tier against Moroi, copied from notes. Okay, so yeah, it is 50%. This is your motion sensor. Something really cool I learned watching a stream today. So the motion sensor, you can actually turn it on and off once you have it up. So if you like are suspicious you might have a Raiju, but you don't want to fully take out the motion sensor, you just click it like you would a light switch and it turns the laser off and the motion sensor's off. Fucking cool. So excited, so excited, so excited. Saw your Thailand. I didn't either. I learned it today. I'm so excited to do it though. We're gonna have to do it today. This is your new parabolic microphone. It's actually way more useful than it was before. Super cool. It muffles the sound when you're using it though. Hello, mother. How you doing, Shy? Because it's like having headphones in. Each one is gonna be stronger on each tier, just like everything else. New camera. This one, really fun, really slow, but really fun. You can take infinite photos now, but the thing is, if you have ghost photo as your objective, you have to get your ghost photo while it's a photo in the book. It no longer counts if you get it once your book is full. So if you're playing by yourself, only bring in 1, maybe 2 cameras, so you can put a camera maybe in the ghost room, maybe in a adjacent room, if just in case. But otherwise, I would say, like, don't bring all the cameras, because if you die, you're wasting your money. It's only really useful to bring all the cameras if you're playing with friends and you want to make sure everybody can have a camera. Salt, I can't wait to be able to use the next tiers of salt, but salt's the same, except instead of 3, you get 2, and it works a little bit differently, so you're not going to see the glowing footprints unless the ghost has fingerprints as well, which is your UV evidence. But thank you for the follow, Skycakes. If the ghost is not a wraith, it can still step in the salt, leaving disturbed salt, which is the footstep in the salt. Does that make sense? Also learned that you can hear sounds from the house in the van if you have the sound sensor. Yes. So earlier today, Twyla was playing, and I should have said something, Twyla, but I was like, I don't know, because I had your stream on and I had a couple others on, and I had yours and one other person's unmuted. So I didn't know if I heard it from yours or from someone else's. The Ure that you thought, I think you thought it was maybe a Goryo, I think. I heard the double door touch while you were in the van because I was watching you, and I was like, oh, that must have been the other person's stream, but it was because you had the sound sensors in the van, and it was the Ure double door touch, but I heard it from the sound sensors while you were in the van. It was so cool. So the sound sensors are super useful now, and I'll show you guys how to work them once we're in a map. I'm so excited about that. We'll get to that. Sanity medication, 3 tiers. Tier 1 is your herbalism. It's your herbal medication. I don't know if the others are going to work this way. Tier 1 is not instant like it used to be, so your sanity will gradually go up after you take it. So that's something to note.
I was just reading the others. None of them are instant. The better ones are faster.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, that's good to know. Good to know. Tripods are going to be really exciting once we get to the higher tiers because you can rotate them, and also your ghost can throw your cameras in your tripods now, so less of a chance to knock them down the higher tiers we get. The more we learn about the ghosts, I'm curious to see if certain ghosts are more or less likely to knock down tripods in general. So, like, it would make sense to me if, like, for example, a poltergeist is still more likely to knock down a tier 3 tripod, but maybe none of the other ghosts are. That's just me thinking. Absolutely nothing to base that on. Shana's ideas. That's all that is. But that's all the evidence, Hannah. So I hope that's all the evidence items. I hope that's helpful. And that pretty much wraps it up for this one. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things I'm supposed to tell you to do, turn the bell on. I know I said this in the beginning, but we gotta remind you. And of course, remember to stay Genki AF and keep your eye out for some new Phasmophobia Shana Sensei education coming in the future. Bye!
Oh, hello there. Yes, this is me, casually drinking from my Genki AF merch. because I don't have any bloopers to share. But if you like my cup, or my shirt, or some leggings or some socks, there's links in the description below. Be ginky and enjoy your coffee, or tea, or water, or whatever else you like to drink from mugs.